I think everybody should try being a rapper, even if you don't release a song. That's right. Not because you'll be able to go viral, get rich, or get girls, or flex on Instagram, but because rapping forces you to learn some of the most important skills in the world. Today, we're not only going to talk about music, we're going to be talking about culture, creativity, hustle, and mindset. Let's get into it. All right, so first off, in order to rap, you have to be self-reflective. You have to know yourself. You have to know what you're passionate about. You have to know what your struggle is. You have to know what your story is, what it is you're trying to get across. And I think these are self-reflective questions that a lot of people don't even have time to ask themselves, much less express it in a creative way where other people can feel it and dance to it. For some people, rap can be storytelling, performance, and therapy all wrapped into one. If you can get somebody to care about your story only through music, that's one of the most powerful skills in the world. Persuasion. That goes for sales, for leadership, marketing, for branding. If you can learn how to persuade people to care about what you do, that's priceless, actually priceless. Now, here's the wild part. Good rap doesn't just come from raw emotional expression or talent on the beat, just rapping over a mic. It actually comes from both sides. You need the creative and poetic side, but also the analytical side. Because you're rapping over, you have to remember the structure, cadence, breath control, multi-syllable lines, the rhyme schemes. You have to remember all these different things while you're performing. And it's not just the creative side of your brain, it's also the analytical, because you have to be able to find the gray space between them to create real balance. Sometimes people, they go on the lyrical, miracle, spiritual. It's like, okay, maybe like objectively you are rhyming words over the song, but are people able to connect to it in a way that's relevant, in a way that they can feel? That's the real magic. On top of that, rap requires cultural awareness. If you are making rap music in a bubble where nobody can relate to what you're saying, then nobody's going to relate to it. But if you know what is making people move, if you know what people are listening to, if you know what stories are and aren't being told, then that gives you an advantage whenever you step up to the mic and you decide, all right, I'm going to say XYZ because it's lacking in this space and I know that people need to hear it. Now that takes a certain level of awareness and cultural fluency that can translate into any industry, whether it be business, education, hospitality. Being able to understand the room, read the room before you step into it, super, super key. And this last one is my favorite one because this is what I believe in, what I stand on. Hustle. People who are rappers have to hustle. You have to figure out how it is that you're going to get access to a studio. How are you going to buy a mic? How are you going to get somebody to record you? How are you going to get the software to record yourself? How are you going to get beats? How are you going to do all these different things and pull it up out of the mud when you start out? No one is like, yo, here, go to rap school. We're going to give you all the information and the tech and all the, that's not really how rap is. And for some reason, there's not really that type of structure. Rappers are figuring it out on their own. They're building home studios, learning how to record, mix themselves, shoot their own videos, promote themselves, do the marketing. That's entrepreneurial in and of itself. That is encapsulating the whole thing. You have an idea and you want to bring it to market. What are the steps to be able to do there? Knocking down the blocks. 1, 2, 3. That is one of the reasons. Rappers aren't just artists trying to, show off their creative side. They're CEOs with a vision, especially whenever you're doing it in an independent way and you're trying to bring it up out the mud. So no, I am not saying that everybody should make music and release music and have a SoundCloud, etc., link in the bio. No, but what I am saying is that everyone needs to tap into the rapper's mindset, because you can move strategically, think and communicate clearly. You can reflect very deeply, especially on yourself in today's day and age, necessary. You can build your own path and stay culturally aware. Being a rapper is less about the bars and the music and more about the mindset that allows you to move with purpose and passion and presence in everything that you do. If this resonated with you, make sure you drop a fire emoji in the comments. Tell me about what kind of music you like, whether or not you've ever written music. Tell me what you've learned from rap, whether you make music or not. Tell me if you're an artist. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me what your favorite album is. Do all of that right here. If you are an artist, make sure you follow the page. You're going to see more stuff like music reviews, my music as well, like, sub, all that. Very, very important. But the most important is stay you, only the willing. Kassamoto.